Hello everybody, Adrian Alvey here again with you, and today we're doing our Home Sweet Home show. And a couple of weeks ago maybe we did our regular spring home show where we showed you our seasoning products, and today we're going to be talking about our sweetenings, and we're highlighting these all month throughout this month. And so today you can expect a few things. First of all, some expected and unexpected if you've seen the flyer. We're going to be doing some snickerdoodle cookies, which we're going to do right away. We're going to get those in the oven. All the things we're making today are using our universal baking mix and our sweetenings here. And you can use these to make all kinds of different stuff. Your cakes, cookies, muffins, cupcakes, brownies, even pancakes and waffles and such. And the sweet flavors are a totally separate product line, but you can use to flavor these, but you can do things like make frostings and ice cream topping. You can make candied popcorn, caramel corn, all kinds of different stuff. Super easy with our sweetening. So I'll be talking a lot more about those and about some of the specials we have going on right now, because we're going to do some special stacking, which is what we did last time during our home show, and we're going to do even more today. So when you buy or for the next week, I think we're doing it for 7 days, you're going to get a few extra specials that stack along with our regular monthly specials. So
that's great. I'm already seeing some familiar faces. We've got Cheryl Myers and Jessica Newkirk here, all of which are our consultants who sell our products here. During the course of our live, our consultants might be posting their direct links to their website, so feel free to pop on and support their small businesses.
Thank you very much. And if consultants, and welcome Cheryl and Jessica and other consultants that pop in, if you can put where you're from as well and along with your website. And let's get started. How about that? And first of all, we'll make some cookies, all right? So
Yum.
Come along this way here.
We're
going to use our KitchenAid. And let's just get you around that.
Alrighty, guys.
There. And I'm going to get our butter melting. And all I have in here, and this is all on our sweetenings recipe card, which on the back we have a little chart which tells you some of the things that you can do with our universal baking mix. In this case, we're doing the snickerdoodle cookies. And it's 3 cups of baking mix. It's 1 egg. And 1 stick of butter. And we're going to mix those together. And that's it, guys. That's all that's in there. And so I have softened that butter. And then we have 1 egg. And I think I may, because I've done this recipe a few times, I may add 2 to 3 tablespoons of water at the end. We'll see how this one mixes up. Sometimes it ends up just a little bit on the dry side, so I want to make sure we get this recipe right. And so we add about 2 tablespoons of our brown sugar cinnamon sweetening right to the dough mix, okay? And so that is our brown sugar cinnamon, which we've added there, and you can see it's a little bit crumbly. So when that gets thoroughly mixed, we're going to see just about how much water we need to add at the end. But that's all you're adding, so you don't have to mess with the baking soda, baking powder, other flavors and things like that. So it just makes it super, super easy. And if you don't have like the electric mixer, you can use just a bowl with a big spoon, a wooden spoon or something like that. You can use that, no problem. And I have this water ready to go. This is just about 3 tablespoons of water. Add that to it.
Literally just a couple ingredients on almost anything you make with a baking mix. Super simple.
And then, Jen, you can show a quick look inside there of how that's starting to ball really nice. And then that dough is ready to go right there, basically. Okay? So once that's ready to go, take that off there.
Yeah, our baking mix also makes a really good sugar cookie recipe. If you guys are home with the kids, as most of you are, and Easter is right around the corner, you can make a really yummy sugar cookie. Make them in shape of eggs. Don't even need a cookie cutter for that. You could just roll them out and kind of make them oblong, and then do the frosting recipe and decorate your cookies. Super simple.
All right, yes. Sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, snickerdoodles, and others we haven't and have tried. You're going to do a ball, right, just like you do a snickerdoodle. This is our brown sugar cinnamon sweetening right there. You simply put it in there, and you can punch it down in there a little bit. That gives it a little bit more coating. All right.
What I love about it is a lot of times Snickerdoodles just has the brown sugar, right? Not so much the cinnamon.
No, it's cinnamon too. I mean,
Or maybe it's
definitely
the other way
brown sugar
around.
cinnamon.
It's the cinnamon and not the brown sugar. Or is it both typically?
It's usually both.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's a brown sugar cinnamon
Oh,
type
shows
of
you
a
how much
thing.
I know.
Yeah. Cinnamon sugar is really what you use. But you can do a number of different ways, but it almost always includes that. What ours actually does with this recipes that we use in our natural sweetening blends here is this actually creates like a really nice crusty, and when it cooks, and hopefully it'll be done in time. Yeah, it should be done in time to show you. It should have a nice crackling look on the top. And when you eat it, it actually creates a coating of like a crisp on the outside and like a soft on the inside. Now, one of our regular customers, what he does, I'll just tell you this.
Yes.
He buys our salted caramel, and they don't even make cookies. They just buy the refrigerated cookie dough, right? And so they just buy the chocolate chip cookie dough, and they cut it, and then they dip it in just like this. It would be this salted caramel sweetening. And he says they have never done any other cookie since that because it gives it that crusty on the outside. Think about a good French bread. Boy, I love a good French bread. My buddy Walt Parker, he's
also a consultant here.
Also a consultant. He posted a recipe of French bread, and it's so hard to get that outer crust just to where it's hard and crusty, but not like where you can't bite it. And if you move that to your dessert or cookies, it gives it a nice little outer crust and the inside a nice little softness. So we're gonna put that in there. 11 to 13 minutes is a typical time. We're gonna start with 10 minutes and then ready to go. Okay, so it just took a couple of minutes. We've got Snickerdoodles done, ready to go. And okay, so we're gonna show you a few different things. We're gonna make a fruit dip today with our strawberry sweetening, and we're gonna show you how to decorate a cake too. So if you saw part 1 of the Sweetenings or Kitchen Rescue cake episode where we made a birthday cake, and by the way, it is my wife Jennifer's birthday today. Happy birthday, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And so we're doing a little birthday cake for Jennifer today. And we'll be decorating it, but I baked the cake the other day. And so what we have here is a small cake. I had a bigger one as well. We'll do that another time. And I'm gonna show you how to fill and ice and decorate this cake real quick. So that's a new addition to tonight. And then we're also gonna show you.
You know what we haven't done yet is pop some popcorn.
That's right.
Yes,
We need to pop some popcorn. So let me grab the popcorn really quick.
He'll get that started so we can show you how to do the caramel popcorn. In the meantime, I just want to tell you we are having a recipe contest. So this is not a contest of whether you have the best recipe. It doesn't matter what you share as long as it's something where you've used our seasonings or our sweetenings. And you post that here on our Facebook group page, and anything using the sweetening, the prize is going to be a drawing. So basically every entry is a drawing. We'll get 6 of your favorite sweetening jars, including the large baking mix box. That's one prize. And the other prize is going to be 6 seasoning jars in the spice rack. I don't know if you can see our spice rack back there. That lid comes off and you can pick 6 jars for any of the savory recipes. So please post this month. It's through the whole month of April.
That's right. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way real quick because I'm going to do this.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, thanks everybody for coming to my birthday party today. You're making it special for me.
All right, so what we really, you really want to be on
I
this
don't
side.
be on this
actually.
side? Okay,
Yeah, you
give-
probably want to be on that side. But I'm going to grab, I'm sorry, I'm just covering everything
Okay,
up.
that's all right. We'll just
I have a
back
bunch
up
of
here.
stuff that I'm going to show you about decorating cakes. It doesn't have to be the big mystery is the thing. If you know a few key things, you'll be good to go. So let me show you what we got here.
How many here ever created their own birthday cake? Have you? I'm curious. Put in here if you feel like you're skilled in that area, or if you just typically buy one pre-made.
It's so easy to buy them, guys. It really is. But if you want to make it yourself and show off who you are and
And it
not
feels
need
special.
too much skill, be real careful when you do this part, guys. If you want to cut the cake to be able to fill it, rest your hand gently on the top.
Slow-mo action shot right here, guys.
Slow-mo, okay? Just be really careful when you do that, okay?
Cut into your fingers.
And like that.
Now, Adrian mentioned to me the other day that it's actually ideal to have your cake pre-made and potentially frozen or cold and chilled, so that when you frost and that it doesn't fall apart.
That's exactly right, because one thing that cake like this will always have a tendency to do is that a little around the edges, because when you take it out of the pan, sometimes it sticks a little bit. That's done. And so you just have to be really, really careful. But what I did is I threw this in the freezer first, right? Had kind of chiseled away from the edge with a butter knife, put it in the freezer, and then it's more solid to be able to remove it in one piece. That just makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
So, all right, a couple of things we got here. I have made just a standard buttercream recipe here, which is on our universal recipe card, that you could turn into any flavor you want. This one is I made into lemon. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit on the inside.
I have to say, just for eating, one of my favorite frostings is using our peanut butter sweetening to make a frosting. The lemon is definitely one of my favorites too.
And we have a few different tools we could use. We have a little different kinds of spreaders. I'll probably use this one on the top, this one, or this one you can use in the middle. And the whole idea is to give this a little foundation, so when we put our raspberry frosting here, which we got is just raspberry jam, guys. And so we're going to put a little bit of that in there.
Fancy.
And that'll be really, really good as a next level enhancement to a homemade birthday cake, because normally what do? You just slap some frosting on it and hope that it tastes okay. But in this case, we're actually going to make this thing really nice. Okay. Now, Jen was absolutely right, because this thing is a lot easier to work with when it's cold. At this point, this would be a great time to be able to put that right back in the freezer.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to do a test your skill today, because this is totally thawed and is ready to fall apart. Let's just see how it does, okay?
I know for me, one thing I made a mistake when I tried to frost is to have the frosting, like, spread it too thin, and then I start getting crumbs in it, like, instead of
It's really hard, because as I'm going to do this, it's going to want to crumb up. It's going to want to. So I'm going to take this, and then we're going to kind of just try to work it around the outside of my. Frosting actually is this a little thick, actually. But if we can get it around to the outsides, then we can work it around the edges too.
So if your frosting is too thick, or cold, what's the best thing to do?
The best thing to do is, well, the ideal thing would be not to make a video right when it's too hard, but if you have it, you have time. It's not hard at all to put it right back in the mixer and add a little bit of milk. Yeah, just a little tiny bit, and not a lot, like a teaspoon at a time. And then it'll be good to go. No problem at all. But what it does is it really adds a level of challenge, as anybody who has tried to decorate a home cake before. Extra level of challenge then to not get that to crumb up entirely. To kind of work it around to the edges, maybe even add a little bit on the side where you can do it just like that.
Well, I'm not a huge frosting fan, but I'd rather have a little extra frosting than not enough, so, you know.
Yeah, and it's not all frosting, since we do have the filling in there as well. Okay, and so I've got a little bit, and I'm going to take this little one here, and we'll just do a little bit on the side, because this side here is the one that's going to have the biggest problem right here. And you can't really see it.
Let me get a little closer.
But you can see there's the filling that wants to come out there.
Yes.
And it's also got some crumbly bumblies going on right there.
Margaret says she loves using the universal baking mix for pancakes or waffles.
Thank you. Yeah, we do too. They're a little sweeter than typical, but very functional, actually.
Yes. I think that's why she likes them so much. I remember saying that she always likes them a little bit on the crispier side, and they're very sweet and yummy.
Okay, so there you go, and we're going to toss these over to the side here, because we don't need those anymore. You would wipe off the edges a little bit just to make it look a little bit nicer.
Yep.
But let's talk a little bit about these two. So I went to and a lot of people may have like food coloring and stuff like that at home. It ended up for us that it ends up in a bag like that. And one of them is like that. And what I did is I took them all out and I just washed them all. And that's why I have like this. Because
it's like an Easter egg.
In order to make this little sacrifice, we end up with a whole bunch of nice clean ones. This one I just wasn't even willing to tackle because you can see it just ends up like that. But what we do have is a number of ways you can use for bags and different types of bags and tips that you can use. So Linda Eggeman and Max, I worked for them back in the Swiss Model Bakery days, like 30 years ago, and they taught me all the ins and outs about decorating cakes, and I did a lot since then. So this is like a cloth tube.
Pastry bag?
Pastry bag, thank you. She knows the term. They're great to have, but I don't recommend them for the home person because you have to clean them. They're kind of a pain to clean. These are super good and super easy. You can buy these and they're just regular plastic bags. The worst case scenario, if you have like a quart Ziploc, you can do like that and you can cut a little bit off the edge, but a little hard to work with the tips with those, but some options. So what we're gonna do is put a little border on this.
Now, I want to say our sweetenings are dye or color free. So, well, there's nothing unnatural. There's no dyes or preservatives or fillers or anything like that. So what he's using right now is not in the bags, is actual dyes.
It's actual food coloring, yes.
I mean, yeah, food coloring.
Yeah.
Which we're okay with, but I know some people prefer not using certain colorings.
Yeah, so there's other like natural, like you can do ground beet actually works great. A dried beet will work great for a red or a pink. There's a few different tips we're going to be using. This one's called a star tip. I don't know if you can really see, but it's the one that has like a little
Let's see if I can,
spiky things there.
Yeah, focus on it. Yeah.
Anyway, that's a typical border, and typically at like at a bakery, you would have like a turntable that actually does the turning for you here. But if you just press a little bit at a time.
And this is a buttercream frosting?
This is a buttercream frosting, and we do like a little standard shell border. Because if you think it looks like a seashell, a little bit like a sea. So you press it and then you just pull it forward a little bit. And this is where you can correct some of those errors that are in the frosting process. Not all of them in this case, but you know, we're not selling this cake, so we're just gonna be eating it. But you can kind of see how it'll cover up some of those mistakes that we made along the edges because we had a difficult cake to work with. Let's show you here. We're going to do the bottom.
See if I can get in there away from your hand. So are you giving constant pressure or are you letting up on the pressure?
No, it's a squeeze.
Okay.
It's kind of a squeeze thing.
Push it out and then loosen up as you
draw
it.
And then, yeah, you loosen it up as you draw it forward.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing that there. But you can see, you know, it's not a square plate that kind of goes up. So
yeah.
What's the best angle? Then you find the best angle and you put that forward, right? Whatever that is. And these are just about done here, our cookies.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here. You can see, like what I was talking about, that crackle that they have on the top. Now the brown sugar cinnamon sweetening is going to give it even more than a standard just sugar and cinnamon. Typically people will just do sugar, regular sugar, not even brown sugar, just sugar and cinnamon, and that's what you dip it in. But there's so many other elements here that's going to enhance it. And in fact, let's go ahead and take that out.
I just want to remind people that all of our seasonings and sweetenings are available online through our kitchen consultants, which many of them are on here today posting their links to their sites. We encourage you to find one near you and support their small businesses and give them some orders.
That's right, absolutely. There's 3 different tips. When I say tips, I mean actual tips that we're using here. And tips about the tips. This one is a rose tip, all right? We're gonna make a rose really quick, okay? I'm just gonna show you that. It's a little tapered, starts small and it gets bigger. And we have what's called a rose nail. Did the nail get put in?
Oh, you know what? I put it in the dishwasher.
I have another rose nail, which is right here, which is in my nice clean bag.
Yes, that's a clean bag. Sorry about that. So you can see he's got some beautiful spring colors. Got the pink, the red, the yellow, and now I know he's making a rose, so I'm excited about that for my little birthday cake.
All right, this one was bent a little bit, so I was just, I gotta make sure it's gonna work here.
Yeah, my apologies.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. Rose nail.
There we go.
Okay, so it's a nail, it's got a flat top, and then what you do is...
Okay, let me get in close.
You're gonna end up spinning it towards you,
Okay.
So make sure it's positioned in your hand so you're going to be able to spin it towards you.
Okay.
And then you make a base layer at the bottom, like that. You're going to do another top layer at the top, like that. And then you rotate and do several around the edge. If we can get a
Yeah,
little
I
look
can
at
see it. Oh,
that.
that's pretty.
Kind of like that, where there's a little bit of a rose.
I love it.
And then you can take another rose nail, is what typically happens. I'll just use this. Normally this is up higher off the, oh, I know what to do.
Okay.
Just like that, okay. Like that, little rose, okay?
Beautiful.
Little rose, should we do one more real quick? Let's do one more.
Okay, do one more.
Do the bottom base, top,
Let me zoom in a little bit here.
and then do the
It's just like a rainbow. Bottom around
leaves
and
around the edge there and
the
whatnot.
shape.
Okay. See if I can do this here. I don't know if I
You
can.
can do it, Aid.
Like, oh, didn't look as good.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
Very nice.
you get the idea though, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the third is the leaf tip. Okay, and so this has kind of a V shape. If you look at it that way,
Yeah,
it's
I can
pointed.
see it. V shape.
And this is where you will go like that. You can do just a little vine like that, or you can just do a couple of leaves poking out.
Your arm's in the way, my friend.
So like that, kind of.
Okay, yeah, just kind of frame your flower.
You can do that. Or you can throw a few out just for fun, wherever.
Gorgeous.
And then you have the writing tip, with just the little hole in the top, right?
Yep, straight hole.
And so guys, I don't ever write cursive, except on birthday cakes.
Like
And I don't know how to write anything else on birthday cakes.
Well, it
So,
would be hard not to be cursive. Okay.
so we'll do a little.
Don't put my age on there. There you go. And this is with the same frosting that he made with the sweetening recipe that we have. The buttercream recipe. Actually, you didn't do it with sweetenings, did you? Just a regular buttercream?
Yeah, it's just a buttercream
Okay,
frosting, but this is.
nice. I feel special.
Yeah, so there's just a little cake there. I mean, obviously you have professional equipment, you could do more professional quality, but.
Yeah, it's great.
So there you go,
Thank
little home
you.
cake. So we have the snickerdoodles here, those are ready to go.
Okay.
Shove those out of the way there.
I'm going to do a quick little tour of the products over here while you get that going. In
Okay.
case you want to see again, what we have here are our Save the Day Seasonings sweet line. This is our universal baking mix. And the baking mix can be used for everything you would normally do with one mix. It's with multiple, like you had multiple mixes. So you can do brownies, cookies, cupcakes, waffles. You can do, what else am I thinking? Thinking all kinds of stuff here. We also have the sweetenings can be used individually with flavoring your other things like hot drinks or your frostings. You can mix them in. Oatmeal, I love mixing in the chocolate and the peanut butter oatmeal sweetening in my oatmeal in the morning. I love the pumpkin spice is really good in your hot drinks like your hot chocolate, or you can make latte or different coffees and hot spiced lattes or whatever. You've got your salted caramel. That one's like really good. We said on, you can put it in your cookies. We love it as a frosting as well.
In fact, we're going to use the salted caramel in doing our caramel popcorn.
Oh,
Right now.
yeah, let's do that.
That'll be the last thing we demo here, but
Okay.
super easy because, you know, for years we made caramel popcorn at her sister's house. We'd go there and it was a drawn out long process. It's very,
Yes.
it's tricky, finicky is probably the best word. Where you have to add the baking soda at the right time. And anyway, we have it here where you add our sweetening to water and boil it. That's all you need to do. So it is literally that simple. So we have a half cup of water.
Did you want to do this last, you said? Because we, I believe we still have the fruit dip.
Oh, That's right, we do.
Yeah, we've got so many great things tonight.
While that's warming up, the fruit
Yeah.
literally takes 30 seconds or less because I've already got it in the little dip container here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is...
Also, one thing we haven't done, we have just so many fun things going on. I'd love to do a giveaway, little free sample of our little sweet jars, the travel size jars. And so we're going to have a trivia question for you. And the first person who's a customer that answers correctly, we will send them a free sweetening
sweet jar.
Yes.
Love these guys.
Yeah, one of those smaller guys.
And if you want a particular flavor, let us know in the comments. Okay. First question. How many is in a baker's dozen and why is it that many? So if you can tell us that, let us know.
Okay.
And
yeah, I'll be watching the comments. So the first person to get that right.
So right here we have half cup sour cream and a half cup cream cheese. Now those of you that are familiar with our fantastic seasoning dip that you make, it's a half cup mayo and a half cup sour cream. You simply change the mayo to cream cheese and we're going to add our sweetenings to it.
Move around this way a little bit.
So in this case, we're going to use strawberry
I'm sorry, I'm moving all around. We're dancing in the kitchen. So that's our strawberry sweetening right there.
That's right.
And you notice it's not very red. That's again because we don't use any unnatural
real
dyes or
strawberry
colors.
only in there, guys.
Real strawberry.
And I probably don't want to use a wire whip in this part. I just want to use a spoon. This will get messy all over the place. Spoon is best.
So we have our first customer answer.
Okay.
She says it's 13, and she said one for the cook question mark.
That is correct. The baker's dozen is 13 because there's always one for the baker, right? And being a professional baker for a number of years, I can say that's true.
Okay, well I have another answer. Which one's correct?
Okay.
Stephanie Burns says 13, one extra in case one isn't quite good.
That would be a non-baker way to have a baker's dozen, but in reality...
Well, do we want to say the answer yet? Have you got the answer you want?
Well, yeah. I mean, the answer is one for the baker.
It is,
and,
okay.
And it is 13 because it's one for the baker.
Hey, Jennifer Weeks, nice. You won a free sweetening travel size jar. So, Jennifer, what you need to do is private message us your mailing address and we will send you one in the mail. Congratulations.
And
so,
you let us know which flavors you want.
Yeah, we have 7 flavors, so just let us know which one. So what we have going on here is what now again?
This is our salted caramel sweetening.
Okay.
Okay. I just need a little bit
and
more
water,
there.
And that's it?
And water. Yeah, and water. And guys, all the recipes today will be available for you. Don't worry, we will have the recipes for you. And this one is, I'll give you, it's a slightly tricky because on the recipe it's a little, I mean, if you use a narrower saucepan, then it's going to take a little bit longer. If you use a wider saucepan, it's going to take a little bit less time. And there's really not enough in there to say, really, turn it to softball state. Nobody wants to start messing with hardball or softball numbers with talking about, excuse me, candy thermometer stuff.
Yeah.
That's typically what you have to mess with when you're talking about caramel corn and things like that. You have to worry about temperatures and things like that.
How much sweetening and water? What was the ratios again?
It's a half cup of water and a quarter cup of sweetening.
Okay. And while he's doing that, I just want to show you one more time. Here are beautiful snickerdoodle cookies that literally it was like 3 ingredients added to our universal baking mix. And roll it out and cook it up. Lots of different cookies you can do. By the way, if you don't already have a sweet roll that you have for Easter morning, we've got a sweet roll recipe that uses our universal baking mix as well, and that will be available to you. So here you can see it's getting nice and bubbly.
Yep.
So he's just getting a bowl ready. What you can do is however you want to pop your popcorn is fine. We just did an easy bag of microwave popcorn there. And how much popcorn goes with that? Is it 3 cups?
I can't remember what the exact recipe calls for.
I think it was 3 cups.
Take a look in there.
Okay.
Because you can see that it's bubbling pretty much almost all the way through. And that's about where you want it. Because if it's not cooked enough, you're going to end up with really soggy caramel corn, and you'll think it won't work. Right?
Well, it seems like when I've made this before, it kind of almost turns slightly darker in color.
Yeah,
Like
I think you're right. It has
a,
turned slightly darker in
so
color,
it kind of
as you can
shifts
see.
in the way it looks. Yep.
It does. So anyway, this is a recipe that we'll continue to hone. So if at first you don't succeed with this, don't worry too much about it, because this is one that with a little practice you get an idea of how it works. So let's pour that over there.
So you can use any, we've tried all the flavors, of course. Probably the fruit flavors are not my favorite on popcorn, but I really love
The
salted caramel, because
yeah.
that's closest to caramel corn.
Whoops, I am making a mess there.
But I loved even the, let's see, I loved even like the chocolate was kind of good, and what peanut butter was interesting. I like that too.
And the flavor is just so good with that, especially with
yeah.
that salted caramel.
Yes.
It's just so good. Okay, we're gonna sit for a second. Okay, and here's back to our.
And it's not even the Audrey. It's not even the crack stage. It's like the soft. What is it?
Well, I mean, if you were to
Or is
put
it
a
soft
stage
crack?
on it, it would be pretty much hard, almost hard, but not quite.
Oh, okay.
Not quite hard. Because it is going to be candy. You know, it's going to be hard
right.
candy basically around the popcorn. And so there we go, and that's basically our whole dip. Now, if you wanted to, you could add even other flavor enhancements to this. Mm-hmm. You could add chocolate chips to that. Excuse me, I got a kernel in my throat there. And of course, when we serve this,
That's the strawberry dip.
that is the strawberry dip. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would, of course.
It's yummy, yummy. Can't wait to try it. So you can put any fruit with that.
Any fruit
We've
here,
got
and I'm just going to wipe it around the edge here.
Okay.
Because if you're going to serve that, you're going to make sure it looks okay.
I'm just going to come around one more time so people can see the flavors again. We've got the salted caramel, chocolate, and pumpkin spice. We've got a strawberry, a peanut butter, a lemon, which we did the frosting, and the brown sugar cinnamon, which I personally love. Often you can even make like cinnamon toast with that, and it's got that extra level of yummy because of the brown sugar in there, not just the cinnamon sugar. What are the sugars that are in our sweetenings, Abe?
So there's a number of different sweet sugars. There's a lot of demand for sugar-free, so don't worry, we're working on sugar-free right now. But we use cane sugar, we use beet sugar, we use raw turbinado sugar.
Okay.
And powdered sugar as well. And we're messing with some other sugars as well to actually increase the, the ability to do, say, frostings even better with them, so they're even more smooth and that kind of thing. And here we go. We have.
Okay. Let's take a look and see what we have
The
here.
dip here. We've got some pears and some apple and some orange cut up. Could simply dip that, and that's strawberry flavored right there. You could do pretzels if you want to.
The lemon is also really good as a fruit dip. The strawberry is nice too. I know a lot of times when you have parties and people over, it's real easy to think about those savory dips, but it's kind of nice sometimes to have a little fruit and not have it be everything too unhealthy. So I love that.
So here's our snickerdoodle.
Yeah, let's take a look at the snickerdoodle.
It's slightly doughy, but that's the way I like it.
So you could cook it a little longer depending on
You
how
could cook it longer if you want
like
to.
it.
So our brown sugar cinnamon sweetening, like I said earlier, it's not just like cinnamon and sugar. It has its own unique flavor that it brings to the table, and that's what really sets these apart. Along with the texture it brings as well, with the additional ingredients that are in there, to be able to make the cookie really nice and crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. It's really good. Okay, that's that. We have our caramel corn. Now, you really can't get a good representation of what it looks like. The popcorn got a little bit overcooked in the oven anyway, so some of the kernels got overcooked there anyway. So, again,
but it's really tasty.
We're just doing it here at home tonight. So,
yeah.
Again, we have snickerdoodles. This is all made with our universal baking mix and with our sweetenings, which shows you kind of the versatility and how easy it is to do different things.
Yeah, one thing we've done before are popsicles. with the sweetenings. You can mix the different flavors and make a really yummy, like a...
We'll be sharing some of the videos that we've done
Yeah.
actually before with some of the sweetenings. They're little quick 1 to 2 minute videos that show you different things you can do with the sweets.
Well, let's talk about the specials we've got, and these would be really helpful to know because you can add them to our current April special.
Yeah, so our April special is any online order over $25, you get the free 2-pack of the travel size jar of the sweetenings. So we add that anyway to all orders over $25.
Okay.
The special for the next 7 days is these are $8.50 a jar, 3 for $24, and 6 for $46.
That's what that's right there.
And you can order those online, and if you get 3 jars, it comes with the free...
That's our show special only, which is 1 week from now.
For the next week, yes.
So April 15th.
By 3 jars, you get the free baking mix bag.
Such a good deal, guys.
Right? And if you buy 6 jars, then you get the free baking mix box, okay? But you also get the free 2-pack mini
Because
jars,
it'd be over $25.
So any order, you can order 3 for $24 and add anything small that you want, the cheapest thing on the menu, and you'll get this, anything over $25. Okay?
So the cool thing is, even if all you were ordering was $25 worth of seasonings, you would be getting these 2 little travel size sweetenings as well. So that's just any order over 25, but the show specials are really a fabulous deal.
Yep.
Take a look in our comments here. We have consultants with us tonight. They have posted, many of them have posted their links to their site. If they're near you, by all means, order through them and enjoy the show special. You do not need a code, okay? We're just gonna take care of you. You can always put a message in the comments or special instructions if you need to let us know something in particular. But yes, Jennifer Taka says they use their sweetenings in their oatmeal because they can use a different flavor each morning. Yes, the choices are great. Changing it up and giving you options.
Yeah, so don't forget, guys, 3 jars, and any order over $25, you get all this right here, okay?
What a deal.
6 jars, any 6 jars, you get to pick them. You're gonna get all that right there. Okay?
And in case you didn't know, we have a long-standing, any orders $50 or more, your shipping is free. So that's a great deal
free shipping
also.
over 50.
I'm trying to think if we have, do you want to do one more giveaway?
Let's do one more giveaway.
One more little challenge question?
All right, so back to raw turbinado sugar, all right? It has sort of a brownish color to it. So if you go look at it, it's brown. What is it that gives it that brown color? Anybody know that?
Again, this is customers only. Sorry, consultants. We want to share this with new customers. So first person to put the correct answer in the comments, we will send you.
Google one, we'll take care of that.
Yeah.
So the fastest one to the draw.
What gives it that brown color?
And don't forget, guys, please enter the recipe contest on our Save the Day Seasonings website.
Yes.
Because we are giving away to a winner all 7 jars plus the baking mix bag or
the box.
The box.
Yeah.
All 7 jars plus the box.
The big box.
For Sweetenings recipes. 1 winner. Another winner will get the 6-pack of our seasonings jar.
Yeah, you can demo how it works.
These are custom made. We have these custom made ourselves. And they open up. It's wooden, and that's your spice rack that sits nicely on your table. And it comes with 6 jars that you pick. And then it's a nice little gift.
It's really nice to have ours out on the counter, and it looks nice, so it's really easy to remember to use and grab. So we have some answers so far. I don't think anyone's got it quite right. Wendy Collins says natural color, not refined. Another person said natural caramelization. It's getting close. You guys are getting close.
You guys are basically, you're right-ish because it is natural. It's a natural part of what it brings to the table. Think brown sugar, right? What gives brown sugar its brown color?
That's a good hint. We'll give it another second, see if somebody gets it. In the meantime, though, one thing I haven't mentioned very much yet is we have a drawing as well tonight, guys. That is going to be 6 of these travel size sweetening jars in the box. That drawing, you just simply need to fill out the entry form in our Facebook page pinned at the top. You'll see that entry form to fill out. It's just a Google Docs form. Okay, we have a correct answer. Susan Craig, she said molasses.
Oh, awesome, Susan. Yeah, and molasses is naturally occurring in the sugar, sugar beet, sugar cane, and it's part of that turbinado sugar. So yeah, that's what gives the brown color. Good job, guys. So
good.
We will send you. Don't forget to put your address or send us your address in a message so that we can get that right to you. All
right, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful Easter. If you're looking to make some wonderful sweet baked items or sweeten up your life, these are a great option for you. You would have to put your order in today if you want to have it in time for Easter. But this special, the show special, is good for the entire week through April 15th. So again, the consultants that are posting their URLs, you can order through there. As well as pinned to the top of our Facebook page has a whole list of all the consultants. Find one near you and you can give them your business.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.